Good morning. Um, uh, do you like my special patch? It's nicotine mixed with estrogen, and it also gives me Cabbage Patch Kids powers. Yep.
I knew I recognized the voice. That's Bobcat Goldthwait.
Need it so I could, so he'll get sick and die. I hate this man. And when I'm watching TikTok, I'll just be doing this the whole time because I'm so pissed off with all the news stories that I got.
Emotional damage.
Choreograph this dance because I really needed to say this. I'm raising money to cut off my... Well, you can click on the link in the bio. You can donate here. That's fine too. Help me live my best life. Love you all and thank you.
I might donate.
Just remember, folks, just because the president says you don't gotta respect non-people doesn't mean that I won't personally. You will.
Oh, shiver my timbers! Shut up, man!
You don't think Republicans care about black people?
Oh yeah, they hate them. They hate them. They love using them as a cudgel.
What would you say to black Republicans?
That they're dumb. They're like the Jewish that existed back in the day.
You think Ben Carson, the doctor, is dumb?
Yeah. If you've ever seen the movie Django, you have your house, let's call them slaves. You have your house slaves, and you got your field slaves. And they pit the two groups against each other. It's very simple. Republicans, or rather, the conservative party in the South, has been using the fear of black people to suppress white people since before slavery existed. And they do it to this day. Obviously, back in the day, it was the Democrats because they were the Southern racists, and then the party flipped in the 80s, blah, blah, blah.
Whatever. It's amazing. Beta!
This is how I reparent myself.
I'm here. I'm here. I know you're scared. I know you don't know what to do. But I've got you and I won't leave you. And I love you and I'm so sorry that you're scared. But it's okay to feel. It's safe to feel. It's safe to cry. It's safe to move through it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Not more of this. The good old days when you could just blackmail people about keeping their kinky stuff secret. The chocolate Easter bunny after your kid left it in the backseat of your car in the heat for a week.
Friendly reminder, as a white American woman, I will no longer be dating white men. I'm looking for anything other than a white man, okay? Just a heads up.
Just a heads up, dear, I don't think we white men will mind all that much.
I'm a scout. I use they. And I'm an interdisciplinary major at UBC. I'm in my last semester. My primary thematic focus is decolonizing academia and public knowledge systems. And my secondary thematic focus is biocultural and linguistic futurity.
You voted for Trump. I'm here to remind you still that you're still dumb. Stupid.
What is this? Hey, if you voted for Trump, why are you hairy? Oh, yeah. You think about that, huh? What is this? Say a statement and take a bite of your food. Bunch of losers. Ain't none of my business.
It's abnormal for a man to be a liberal or progressive. It's a sign of being a beta male.
I didn't know that.
Because real men are conservative. Republican, you know, and strong in nature.
People online saying, well, I voted for Trump, but I didn't vote to lose my job, and I didn't vote for a global trade war, and I didn't vote for Elon Musk to run amok in the government, slashing agencies and cutting jobs, and I didn't vote to see America's allies cast aside.
No, that's a lie. You just lie.
Oh, what the f are you talking about? Of course you voted for that. You were perfectly happy to see all that happen as long as it didn't happen to you. And now that the leopard is eating your face, suddenly you've changed your tune. Well, you get no sympathy from me.
The leopard's eating our faces.
You voted for that. You wanted that. So you sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. I don't care what happens to you. I just want you to feel the pain that you brought on yourself.
Curious as to where all these regretful and apologetic Trump voters exist. They're chilling with Bigfoot.
We will not be silenced. The silent riot has begun.
You're running like a beta male. Are you a beta male? Beta!
When I found out my parents voted for Trump a third time, my dad wrote me a note that was like, we need to talk. And I said, I'm only willing to talk through a therapist because I'm not going to have this conversation for the third year in a row. This was back in November. And I had told them I'm removing myself a little bit from the role of the family. I'm going to be stepping back, but I'm not giving up. I'm still going to be there and I still love y'all. And my kids' relationship with you is really important to me, blah, blah, blah. The first thing is, A, they love me. They don't like me. Like, they would never choose to hang out with me if I wasn't related to them. I'm not gonna go be with people who have to shrink myself in front of them. So since then, my dad's barely talked to me. His default is to emotionally neglect. He's made it clear his love is conditional. It's kind of funny, to be honest, like how hard he has to try. Like, he'll give me like these limp hugs. Yesterday was my birthday. He didn't write anything. Even when my family did a little celebration the other day, he didn't say anything. I'm like, joke's on you, dude. You've been giving me a masterclass in emotional neglect my entire life. I know your love is conditional on me being compliant. Like, I've mourned this already. I just cannot believe the behavior of some of these boomer parents. And you know, all it does is reinforce to me that, like, I'm breaking the cycle of that bullshit. And that my kids would never be put in that position, ever, because my love is not conditional.
She says her love is not conditional, yet she distances herself from her parents because of the way they voted.
Heard the Pope has passed.
Whoa. That filter. Whoa. This is, look again. When the beauty filter comes off. But what do I look like without the beauty filter? Basically the same. It just makes up for the poor lighting in the room.
I got a letter in the mail yesterday that told me that my housing stuff was like defunded and they can't help me with any of my bills anymore, including electric and gas. And if I were to move, they couldn't help me move anymore. So it's super cool as a single mom that literally can't work a ton because I have my son. So that's sick. And then my son's in early intervention, and yesterday they came and they told me they can't help me with gas cards anymore, which put gas in my car so that way I could take my son to appointments and play groups and literally like the grocery store. My phone shuts off tomorrow, my internet's off, I can't pay my electric. And then they just defunded all of that stuff, and now I don't get help with anything. So what am I supposed to do? My son doesn't qualify for any daycare. He has to start preschool till September. I work 2 days a week because that's when I have a babysitter. And those 2 days are like enough to buy I just don't get how people are doing it by themselves. I don't. And then how are you going to give me a little bit of help? And then you're like, oh, by the way, one day we're just going to send a letter and we're going to be like, we can't do that anymore. We can't help you. My income hasn't changed. The help I have hasn't changed. but you guys can just take that away from me. Cool. Thank you. Because I wouldn't have liked to get on my feet or, have my life together at some point.
You're only working 2 days? You know there's a full 7 days in the week, right? I was a single mom of 2 kids 40 years ago. I worked full-time, was a class mom, went on field trips, helped with homework, did sports practice and games, and didn't get a dime of help from anyone, including the kid's dad. Shut up and go to work. Yeah, she got plenty of money for piercings and green hair dye. It's all about priorities. You can always use my Buy Me a Coffee link to help support the channel by buying Leroy a dog treat. Clearly loves them. He's just crunching away back there. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Red Dawn Daily with your host, me, Dawn Marie, and sometimes Leroy. Oh, Leroy, you did such a good job. I mean, you're not Leroy, you're the Easter Bunny.